Leadership starts with you. Learn and transform. Miracle City Leadership Academy.
Hello, welcome to Miracle 7K Leadership Academy. So this is leadership principle number 2. If you've not gone through the previous principle, I think we only have one. That is what we do, what we want to accomplish with this academy. So you can go and check it out. Alright, so this is responsibility before authority. I'm Miracle Seriki and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. Moving forward. The problem. Now let's explore the problem that we're trying to solve with this leadership principle number 2. Most people think leadership comes with a title, position, or authority, but without personal responsibility, authority alone does not make you a leader. This principle is the principle of taking responsibility even before you get authority, before you have a title. We've been erroneously believed that we have to have a title before we take responsibility. And this belief is what is actually making a lot of people not to live up to their potential, because they think that they need to have a title, or they think that somebody with a title or with authority should come and make decisions or decisions for them or do something for them. But that is not how it's meant to be. For example, now in most African countries, not only African countries, in countries across the world, most people want the government to do majority of things for them. I'm not saying that expecting some community amenities, some infrastructure from the government is wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's okay to demand for that. But we need to understand that we also have responsibility to take as citizens. For example, you plan to have kids, and if you plan to have kids, then you should know that your responsibility for the kids rests on you, not really the government. You should not be expecting the government to come and feed your kids. Even though if they are doing it, that's beautiful, that's good. But that sole responsibility does not rest on the government. Most people blame the government for their businesses that is not working out. Most people blame the system for their marriage that fails. Most people blame their friends for the life they are living right now. Most people blame their parents because because of their current situation. They put blames on people around them, on system. They never see their own mistakes, but they could see people's mistakes, how people's mistakes made them who they are. They never try to take responsibility for any of their actions, and that is the reality of the world we live in. We don't want to take personal responsibility. We do not. That is why we put most of the things that we are supposed to do ourselves, we put it on the government. You are meant to provide food for yourself and your family, but no, you don't want to take responsibility for that. You put it on the government. Most people do that. So now, leadership begins when you start taking personal responsibility. The problem is that most people do not want to take responsibility, and that is the problem we're trying to explore here. So now let's check the principle. I believe one of the basic thing or the basic or the fundamental of personal leadership. Personal leadership is you leading yourself to accomplish your desires, your goals, taking yourself from where you are to where you are supposed to be. And the fundamental attitude that you need to have is personal responsibility. The principle we are discussing here says that true leadership begins when you take responsibility for your actions, decisions, and results before you are given authority. Even before you have an authority or a title, you have to be taking responsibility for your actions, your decisions, and results. Where you are today, they are the sum total of your past actions and your decisions. So you have to take responsibility for that. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame the government. Don't blame your friends. Don't blame your parents. Take responsibility for that. When you take responsibility for that, then you can think and strategize on what to do to make your result to be better. So that is the fundamental basis of personal leadership. And that is what you need to do before you get a title or you get authority or a position, a leadership position. So this, I believe this is the first principle of personal leadership, of all leadership. Because if you cannot get this thing right now, there is high chances you might not be effective as a leader when you have authority or title. Let's move forward. Why it matters? Why this principle matters? Number one, this principle matters because responsibility creates trust and credibility. Responsibility creates trust and credibility. When you are responsible, people trust you. People believe that that you can handle more. They believe that if I commit this to your care, if I commit this business to your care, you are going to provide the result that I want because you are responsible. Leaders who own their actions gain influence naturally. Leaders who own their actions gain influence. Leaders who own their actions inspires people. They motivate people by what they do. Blaming others or circumstances block leadership growth. If you keep blaming people, you will never grow. You will, most times, people who blames others for their predicament, for their failure, never really accomplish the success they want to accomplish because they will never grow. Because they will never see reasons to grow. You never see yourself as someone who is also who make mistakes, who needs to learn to become better. You will not see yourself like that because all you're doing is just pointing ends to people. You do not point end to yourself. You do not see where you can become better. Now, let's talk about the leadership capstone project for this course. Own the situation and lead a change. So this does not need to be big. It might be in your family, it might be in a group project you're doing at your school, it might be in your workplace. What you're meant to do is to own a situation. For example, something went wrong and people are pointing fingers to each other. You can provide a solution out instead of joining them to point to blame others. You can do that. The second thing is also that in a meeting, people are discussing what they want to do. You can also bring out your own idea and the expected result for that idea in a business meeting. This is even without what this principle is talking about is that without a title, without authority, you also can become a leader. You can lead a change. You can change the situation. So no matter how small the situation is, just do it and then we would love to hear from you. So come to after we've done it, give us the result, give us the situation, let us hear from you. Let our leadership community be inspired by your story also. Come to academy.com/result and post your results. You can open a new thread, put your your story there, and you will see that people will respond to you, and then there's going to be comments. You're going to inspire our community also. Thank you very much, and you can also invite your friends if you've gained insights and value from our videos. You can also invite your friend to join our academy. It is free. It is short courses, and it is a practical approach to leadership. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.